Welcome to this spectacular day. For the first time ever in this channel's history, I am wearing a shirt at home. But am I wearing pants? Welcome to Austria, inventor of childhood trauma. Today we have a very interesting topic for you. Have you ever scrolled through Instagram and seen someone who is clearly on steroids, have lifetime natural in their bio, and if you even mention them taking steroids, you will have hundreds of people jumping on your back telling you that it still takes effort even if they were taking steroids. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself, so we will take the scientific approach to that. 4 groups. Group number 1, no training, no steroids. Group number 2, only training naturally. Group number 3, only taking steroids, no training whatsoever. Group number 4, training and taking steroids. It makes a lot of sense that group number 1 makes the least amount of gains and group number 4 makes the most amount of gains, right? Now I'll leave you to contemplate for a couple of seconds if group number 2 or group number 3 is making more gains. The group that is training naturally or the group that is only taking testosterone and not training at all. While you contemplate that, we'll go a little bit more into detail. See, these people used 600 milligrams of testosterone. Now, if you don't know anything about doping, you might think that 600 milligrams of testosterone is a lot. Of course, if you produce around 10 milligrams endogenously, that puts you in the top 5 to 10% of people who are masculine AF. Now, 600 milligrams is almost 4 to 5 times as much as your body produces if you are in the top range of testosterone produced. Guess what? 600 milligrams is a beginner cycle. Most starters start out with 500 milligrams of testosterone, and after that, they only use it as a base, meaning they take testosterone as a base because exogenous androgens shut down your own endogenous production. So they take testosterone as a base and additionally take things like D-bol and Tren and Anavar and whatever. So now that we know that, it turns out group number 3, the group that only took 600 milligrams of testosterone without training, had up to 40% more gains than the group that was training naturally, which makes absolute sense. You are increasing protein synthesis like crazy and you're taking out the most important thing, which is recovery, especially if you're one of those crazy people that always go to failure with every single training and stay in that hypertrophy range every single day, 6 to 7 days a week. You're taking away the recovery aspect, which is the hardest part because training, especially when it comes to hypertrophy, is painful. You're basically shredding your muscles and building them up again. Not having to worry about recovery takes out most of the effort already. Then you have to understand how testosterone works. Testosterone makes effort feel good. You know what that means? That means it would cost you more effort not to go training when you are on a high cycle and having all those endogenous things coursing through your body, making your heart pump so hard it may almost explode. It would be harder not to go training when you feel like that. So if you want to tell me that someone who is on steroids, oh, but it takes so much effort to build that physique. No, it doesn't. I challenge you. Well, I don't challenge you because in most countries steroids are illegal. But if you're in a country where it's legal and you want to do this, experiment on yourself for some extra anecdotal experience, even though we already know for a fact that it's just like I said, then by all means, hop on 600 milligrams and stop training and let me know if you made more or less gains than when you are training naturally. And I can guarantee you for a fact that you will be making more gains on steroids than you were when you were natural. 100%, even if you're not training whatsoever. Now, of course, I'm stepping on a lot of toes here and a lot of people will be, what about bodybuilders like Chris Bumstead or Ronnie Coleman? You want to tell me that that doesn't take effort? All right, I'll give you that. The top 0.05% who really want to step on a stage and the people who do it, including diuretics and killing themselves with taking all of these substances and putting their whole life around building muscle and hypertrophy, I'll give you that. That takes effort. But building a halfway decent physique on steroids takes 0 effort. We literally have studies that show that you build more muscle just on steroids than without any training than you would ever when you were natural. especially once you have been training for a couple of years, because after your newbie gains are in, you're gonna have a hell of a hard time to build on mass. You're gonna be building like 2 kilograms, which is around 4 to 5 pounds every single year, and that is if you haven't maxed out your genetic potential yet. Testosterone and other exogenous substances are going to break you through those plateaus like it's nothing. And this isn't for the people who have been in the industry for a long period of time and know about this. This is for the people who see someone on steroids, or even just suspect someone is on steroids, but still accept that it took a lot of effort to get there. Well, let me tell you, it didn't. And what's even worse is these people are using their physiques to sell you courses to become like them. So if you see someone who is clearly juicing and they have a video about 6 exercises that are gonna make your delts explode, and the first exercise isn't pinning shit into your ass, look for someone else. With that said, if we get this video to 1,000 likes, I'ma blast so many steroids my heart is gonna literally explode. Captain Cairo, peace out.